So here's what we got going on. We're gonna mount an awning to the outside of my high top van here, but I don't really have anything to mount it to, so we're building a little 2-rib kind of roof rack deal that's gonna span the awning across here, and we're gonna get this thing mounted up to the roof. I had a buddy of mine help bend these pieces up at his shop, and we're gonna be doing some cutting and getting this thing all fit up, welded up, see if it'll hold a Overland Vehicle Systems 270 awning. Got my 200 watt Bouge RV flexible solar panel on the top. That thing's been awesome. A lot of real estate up here on top of this roof. This is kind of the piece in the back. We're just mocking it up. I gotta cut it in the middle, shorten it. You can see right here, it's got these brackets that came with the awning. They're not really gonna do me any good because I don't have a flat roof rack to mount it to. These are the bolts. Here's what we got going on this side. Pretty much touching drip rail. Take you over to this side. About 2.5 inches that we need to take out of the middle, maybe a little more, so that it actually sits on top of the drip rail, not on the outside. Let's get that thing down off of there and cut it out. So before I fully weld this piece, I'm just going to put a few tacks on here, throw it up on the roof, see how it looks. So there's that piece that's just kind of tacked in, put a few tacks around it. So we got that thing on this side is touching the drip rail, just like we want. And also touching on that side. I left these long because I'm going to cut them down. I'd rather have them be too long than too short, so. That's what I'm doing now. I put a couple spacers. I just used some 1/2-inch plywood scrap I found on the ground. Just to space it up off the roof, so there's a little bit of a gap. And I measured, I got about 1.25 inches on both sides right there. I like that. I'm gonna go ahead and mark right where my drip rail meets. Also touching on that side. I left these long because I'm going to cut them down. All right, here I got a piece of 1/4 inch thick steel, 2.5 inch wide. I got a little template laid out on there. I'm going to cut it out. That's going to end up being welded to the back here. That piece is going to sit down right here where my thumb is. That's going to sit down on top of the gutter, and the other section will bolt and clamp to that. So I'm getting these pieces cut out here on my bandsaw. If you don't have a bandsaw, you could totally use a jigsaw with a metal blade. Now I'm taking these over to my disc sander and we're going to clean up the edges on them a little bit, round them off, make everything nice and smooth. All right, there's one bracket down. It's gonna mount and have a little bit of a taper to it. Give it a little bit of flare. I'm gonna go ahead and trace this bracket here because I gotta make 3 more just like it. I like using something to scribe the metal with. It's a lot more precise than dragging a Sharpie around it. Just makes a horrible noise. So I'm gonna end up cutting off about 3 inches. Remember, this piece sits on top of the gutter. I need to cut away enough so that my bracket has room on there and the lower part of the bracket can come up and can do the bolt kind of mechanism there that's going to actually hold it and pinch it between the drip rail. Right, threw a couple tack welds on. Just kind of hold it in place so we can throw it up on the roof and see how it looks. So here's the bracket. I got the upper part made. It's just a little too wide. Let's see if I can bend this just a hair more. Here's the other side. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can just tighten up the corner just a little bit. Right here, I'm doing the final weld on the side brackets. Getting those all set up. I was happy with how they turned out. So here's what we got going on. I got the 2 spreader bars, roof rack things mounted up. We got our bolting mechanism. I got this piece of square tube tacked into place. This is the stock original awning mount that I cut off. That's going to end up getting welded onto there. And that's what the awning will actually mount to on the back of the extrusion.